sampurita pamita paramita balena vidvansiyo kila kilesa samulajalam tene valanda araham arahoti namang vandami buddha mamalam hadaye tapetva samanta cakkavalesu atra gaccantu devata Sandhammang munirajassa sunantu sagga mokkadam Dhammasavana kalo ayam badanta Dhammasavana kalo ayam badanta Dhammasavana kalo ayam badanta Namo tansa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhansa Namo tansa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhansa Namo tansa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhansa Kammassa kamānava santā kammang sante vibhajati adidam hinam panitata. Homage to the exalted one, the worthy one, the perfectly enlightened one. Dear friends in Dhamma, in this moment I am going to explain very special discourse in Buddhism. It names Chulla Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. It comes in Majjhima Nikaya, the length of middle. It comes in Majjhima Nikaya. It names Chulla Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. It is a discourse about karma. Karma and its effect to our life. Okay. Then when we discuss Buddhism, we can see very special topics in Buddhism, such as karma and rebirth, eightfold path, fourfold mindfulness, four noble truth, dependent origination, three characteristics, five aggregates, five hindrances, five spiritual faculties. Those are the main topics that we can find when we are going to discuss Buddhism. By the knowledge of these messages, we improve our knowledge about our life. Other scientists, sociologists, other people are going to search outside, but we Buddhists are going to search ourselves. What happens to my mind and body? This is the main purpose of learning Buddhism. Day by day, we understand what happens to my life, what happens to my mind, how I overcome defilements which disturb my peace of mind. That is the main purpose by learning Buddhism. Okay? The main purpose of our life is happiness. Actually later we can discuss, we can read this article. Now please listen to me. Okay? Then, our main purpose of our life is happiness. How we achieve happiness? What is the way that we achieve happiness? What is the path that we achieve happiness? What we should do when we are going to achieve real happiness? Have you any idea? what are the reasons why we suffer? Yes, there are three main reasons why we suffer. One, yes, that is the main reason. But even though we were born, we just not have suffering. If we can understand our life, we further don't suffer. We can overcome suffering by practicing the path. That is why Buddhism says the close reasons why we suffer are having anger, craving, and delusion. Craving, lust or desire, lobha, and dvesa, anger or ill will, and moha, delusion or ignorance. These are the main roots, main reasons that we suffer. If we can overcome these defilements, these unwholesome roots from our mind completely, even though we were born, we don't suffer. We are not suffering further.
If we not suffer, but why the four signs of birth, old age, sickness, and death? That is suffering.
Yes, Buddhism has said now, actually in some levels, those are the causes of suffering. But when we are going to deep level, the closest reasons are these three things. Even Buddha was born. Even Arahants were born. Are they suffering? They are not suffering. After they enlighten, after they eradicated their defilements from mind completely, they don't suffer further. They have overcome suffering. Buddhism has said, Jatipi dukkha, Jarapi dukkha, Vyadipi dukkha, birth is suffering, decay is suffering, old age is suffering, sickness is suffering. Those are the sufferings in the primary level. You are correct. But when we are going to deep level, even though we have sicknesses, even though we are on the old age, even though we were born, we don't suffer if we can completely eradicate defilements, anger, craving, and delusion. That is why Buddhism has guided us how we achieve this final goal. If everybody who was born are suffering, then even Buddha, Arahants also are suffering. Actually, they are not suffering. Even though they were born, even though they are going to old age, even though they have sicknesses, they don't suffer. Okay? Now, little by little we go forward, okay? We have to discuss a lot. We have to discuss a lot in this discourse, okay? End of the discussion, you can ask questions. Okay? I think automatically your questions will be solved. End of the discourse. Okay? I'm sorry. Then, the main purpose by practicing Buddhism is that we achieve real happiness. That is the main purpose. If we like to achieve happiness, little by little, we have to eradicate our negative emotions, unwholesome deeds from our mind. Especially there are three unwholesome roots, as I mentioned before. They are craving, lust or desire, lobha, and dosa, ill will or anger, and moha, delusion or ignorance. What are these three unwholesome roots? Lobha, dosa, moha. Lobha means craving, lust or big attachment or desire. Dosa means anger or ill will. Moha means ignorance or delusion. These are the main roots why we suffer. As much as we can eradicate these defilements, it means we are reaching the final destination, which is real happiness. Okay, here we are going to discuss about the karmic law in this Chulla Kamma Vibhanga Sutta. The discourse of Chulla Kamma Vibhanga, we are going to discuss about the karmic law. What is the karmic law? Have you heard before?
Karmic law. I heard, but I forgot.
Yes, Mr. Fernando, what is your idea about karmic law?
If we do good deeds, good things happen to us.
Yes.
If we do bad deeds, bad things happens to us.
Yes, very good. Especially the intention is very important. Consciousness. If we do something without consciousness, it doesn't go to result. It is not a karma as Buddhism. Okay? The special thing is our intention, attention or awareness. If we do something consciously, physically, verbally or mentally, with pure mind, we will have the good results because of pure mind. If we do something with wicked mind consciously, physically, verbally or mentally, we will have the negative results, evil results, because of polluted mind, wicked mind. This is the main process of karmic law. According to our energy or strength that we affect what we are going to do, then we will have some kind of results. Sometimes immediately, sometimes end of our life, sometimes next life. This is the nature of the karmic law. This is the very primary level definition. Okay? Karma, kamma and vipaka. Kamma means action. Vipaka means results. Kamma actions. Vipaka means result. Every action has an reaction that we do with consciously. Then here, one day when Buddha was in Savatthi at Jetavana, Jeta's grove, while the Supreme Buddha was living at Savatthi, a young student whose name was, Subha, came to Buddha, and first he changed greetings with Buddha, and with respectfully he asked a question from Buddha. Okay, actually he was an intelligent person, and he asked Buddha, "O Gautama, what is the reason and conditions that human beings are seen to be inferior or superior?" Subha asked further, "Lord Buddha, there are many variations in the world. When we look at the world, there are many variations among the beings. Especially among the human beings, there are many variations. Not only among human beings, but when we are going to animal realm, they also have a lot of variations. Some animals can fly, some animals go on the floor, on the earth, some animals can swim. There are many, many variations in this world among animal realms. Not only among animal realms, but in the human realms also we can see a lot of variations in this world. This young student, Subha, asked Buddha, "Bhante, what is the condition? What is the reason of these variations in this world?" He asked further, "Bhante, some people die early, some can live long. Some are unhealthy, some are healthy. Some are ugly, some are beautiful. Some are influential, some are uninfluential. Some are poor, some are rich. Some are born in low caste, some are born in high caste. Some are unwise, some are wise. Bhante Gautama, what is the reason for these variations? Actually, he is asking a very interesting question. When we look at the world, some people are unwise, some people are wise, some people are healthy, some people are unhealthy, some people were born in high caste, some people were born in low caste, some people are very beautiful, some are ugly, some are healthy, some are unhealthy, some are poor, some are rich. There are a lot of variations in this world. He asked Buddha, Bhante, what is the reason for these variations in the world? What is the answer of the Buddha? Buddha said him, Kammasakata manava satta, kamman satti vibhajati adidang hena panidata. Buddha explained that the reason for these differences is the karma. And karma divides being as high and low. This is the thing. Actually, when we consider the variations in this world, there are many reasons. Among them, the karmic energy. The karmic law is the main reason why we are here having these kind of facilities. In the same society, we can see many variations. Some people analyze it in various ways. Some people think that is the reason, the politicians is the reason. Some people think that the environment is the reason. Some people think that, the economic process, economic system is the main reason. They also can affect some kind of things, but the main reason is this variations is that, the karmic energy that we have collected, we have accumulated in our previous lives. In this way, when we discuss this thing, especially, the karmic energy, every moment we acquire, we create some karmic energy. How do we collect? How do we accumulate the karmic energy? As you mentioned before, if we do something with your mind, we can create some fruitful results for future. For example, if we laugh with other people, they also laugh with us. If we hit them, they also may hit you back. This is the very immediate result according to our activities. But sometimes, although we don't do something physically, sometimes we do something verbally. If we blame others, other people also may have some kind of action for you. This is the immediate thing. Sometimes they may not have some kind of reaction for your activities. But if we do something with polluted mind, we will have the same result in this life or hereafter. How do we explain this energy? This is the interesting thing in Buddhism. Before Buddha appeared in the world, there were some religions in the world who had explained the karmic energy. Especially, in the Buddha's period, there was a person, his name was Nigantanatha Putta. He also has explained the karmic energy. He believed karmic energy. But the thing is, they believe the karmic energy with the understanding of ego or a certain soul. But Buddhism also has karmic energy, but Buddhism explains karmic energy depending on impermanence. Our physical body always changes, our mind also changes. In this impermanent situation, Buddhism has explained the karmic energy. That is the interesting thing. Even though our mind is impermanent, we will have the effect of our karmic energy. Mind is very complex. Mind is a very special thing that we have. Buddha said one day, we can't understand completely our mind. It is a very complex thing. And also karma also a very complex thing. We can understand completely about the karma. But however, Buddha has explained us, as much as you can, please try to understand your mind and karma. It is very important to go forward on the path of liberation. Then, in Buddhism it is said as avidya paccaya sankhara. We collect good or bad energy because of ignorance. Okay, some people think that if we can avoid evil and if we can do good deeds, then we are okay. We can be happy. But according to Buddhism, it is very important. Buddhism has explained not only avoid bad deeds or evils and collect good deeds, and also Buddhism has explained another thing to overcome the samsaric journey. If we are going to overcome the samsaric energy, we should have another higher level understanding. There are some people in the world, actually they are innocent people, sometimes they are well educated, sometimes they are very wise. They don't do bad deeds, evils. They don't kill other beings. They are not jealousy. They have no jealousy. They have controlled their anger. They do some good deeds too. They respect elders. They take care of their parents, and they help other innocent people. They do some good activities. But the interesting thing is that according to Buddhism, both of them are in the circle of samsara. What is the meaning of samsara?
Cycle of life.
Yes, very good. Cycle of life. Okay? And this is the cycle of life. From birth to birth, we go this cycle. Birth, young age, old age, sickness, death again, birth. This is the samsaric journey. This is the circle of samsara. If we do some bad deeds, we are in this circle. The interesting thing is, if we do good deeds, again we are here. But other religious teachers couldn't understand this situation. Only Buddha, first time in this period, understood this reality. That is why Buddha said, I think you have heard about dependent origination, Paticcasamuppada, avidya paccaya sankhara. Because of ignorance, we create some mental formations. If I hate you, if I disturb you with polluted mind, I will have the bad result. If we do something with pure mind, if I help you, and if I practice loving kindness for you, then in this situation my mind is pure. But still I am thinking there are persons outside. But outside people create by my point of view. These are not the real things outside. From outside we can see only 4 things: earth, fire, water, wind. These are the primary elements that we can see outside. But we create the persons. This is a lady, this is man, this is the flower, this is the water. We create the names, we create the persons according to our point of view. According to my point of view, both of you are good people. Sometimes who are another person, he may think that you are bad people. But you are same. One people thinks that you are bad, I think you are good, generous or righteous people. We create something according to our point of view. But outside there are only thin mind and matter. Physically there are only four things. Satar Mahabhuta Rupa, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. Patavi means earth element. Apo means water elements. And fire elements. Vayo, windy elements. And when we meet a person, he or she has another thing, that is mind. Mind and matter together, we meet a person, living person. But according to us, first of all, we have only the shadow, only the color. But suddenly, I create a thing, that a person, that a lady, that is a boy, that is a pen, that is a flower. I create the thing according to my previous experience. But although our mind is pure, doing some good deeds, I will have the good result. But still I am in this circle. As the result of my pure mind, I will be reborn in the heavenly realm or Brahma realm or again in human realm. I can be reborn in the good life. But it doesn't sound I have overcome suffering. It doesn't sound I have overcome samsaric journey. What is the reason? Still I am thinking there are something in outside. I don't have the clear understanding about delusion. We can overcome desire or craving or lust and anger. It is very easy to overcome. If you have a complete idea, if you have good understanding, you can offer everything that already you have. If you are clever, you can practice loving kindness for everybody, seeing every person as your only son or daughter. It can be done at one day. It is not difficult. But the special thing is very difficult thing to do to overcome delusion or ignorance. What is the delusion? What is the ignorance? Ignorance is that we think there are something outside. On the other hand, before experience, we think there was something in the world. For example, before you came here, I think you were at home or on the way or at your workplace, I may think. After you leave here, I think you may go home, you will be sleeping at night, I think. This is the nature of the ignorance, you believe? But what is the real thing that happens to the world? I have the world. I meet the world as soon as my senses arise. When I open my eyes, there is a picture here. When I open my eyes, there is a sound here. When I smell something, my nose is active. Then this experience arises this moment. It doesn't come to the present from the past. Before this sound, it was not here. After this experience, what happens to it? It ceases. Immediately ceases. If we can have this point of view, actually, although we do good deeds, we don't come back to the world. At that moment, we have overcome this circle. Then this is a very big deep understanding. Okay, little by little we should go here. This is the final destination, but here, don't worry, we are explaining very primary things. Okay, Buddha said in this sutta, in Chullakama Vibhanga Sutta, what are the reasons some people die early? What is the reason why some people live long? If we have killed other people or other beings in the samsaric journey or this birth, our life can be shortened. If we have died, if we have killed some people in our previous lives, we may meet our death in the shortened life. We will die early. It doesn't sound immediately we become this situation. Actually, we can control some kind of karmic energy. Although we have some kind of negative results, if our mind is rich in merit, we can change those things. For example, in Buddha's period, there was a very young child who had to die within 7 days. Buddha understood that Buddha could change it. Sitting around him, some monks were chanting, blessing him. And after that, Buddha could save him. Finally he could live more than 100 years. Buddha can change some kind of results. We also can change some kind of results, but not always. Sometimes we can change, but sometimes if we have more strength to control some kind of negative emotions, evil results, actually we are clever to overcome them. That is why in this discourse Buddha said, if we have killed or injured other people, then we may die early. If we have protected others' lives in the samsaric journey, then we can live long. That's the thing in the first level. There are some people who are unhealthy, there are some people who are healthy. If we have injured other beings in the samsaric journey, we are unhealthy. If we have disturbed others' health, then we are not healthy. We are unhealthy. If we haven't injured other beings and if we have helped others' health, and if we have offered some medications for other people in the samsaric journey with kindness to others, then we are healthy in this life. In this life also, there are some people who are unhealthy. They do a lot of good deeds. They take care of some sick people and they take care of their parents. They can develop their health as the result of some good activities that they do in this life. If we are intelligent, if we are wise, we can change some karmas into correct way. That's the interesting thing. For that we should have good knowledge, good understanding. Okay, Buddha said there are some people who are ugly. There are some people who are beautiful. If somebody is always angry, if somebody is always jealous, then, as the result of practicing anger or ill will in the samsaric journey, some people are ugly. Some people don't like to see them because they are so ugly. There are some people who are very beautiful. What are the reasons? They have practiced loving kindness, compassion for others in the samsaric journey. Because of their good activities, good emotions, they have good appearance, good complexion, beautiful figure. They are pretty, they are beautiful. On the other hand, there are some people who are uninfluential. It means some people who have disturbed others, wealth, and who are not, who don't like others' success, actually they are uninfluential. There are some people who are not jealous. They are helpful others. They try to, they like others' success, others' happiness. They wish others. Then they are influential. On the other hand, there are some people who are poor. In the samsaric journey, if we have stolen others' property, others' wealth, then in this life we may be poor. It doesn't sound, if we work hard again and again, although we have some negative results, actually we are clever to overcome those negative results. It doesn't sound that, if we are lazy, although we have good results, we are poor. We should have courage. Our previous karmas don't do everything. The karmic energy has given you the facilities. Then having those facilities, we also should create new things. Then we do work hard. Then we can be rich. As the result of offering something to others, especially donation, according to Buddhism, Asian people always, they are generous. They are ready to offer something to others. They take care of their parents, their elders, homeless people. They offer something to monks. Every day they offer food. In Asian countries like people, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Burmese people, every day they offer something to monks, especially food. They may mention that this is a great merit for their success, for their luck. They offer something to others as blessing. Offering something they mention as a blessing. Therefore, every morning they are ready to offer something to others. Especially, they prepare something for the monks and they are waiting at the home for the monks. I think you also have the same experience.
Very hard to do in America.
Yes, actually, in this Western societies, it is difficult to do. But in Asian countries, they are regularly do it. It is their route in acting. Their schedule, they have this kind of activity in their life. It is very easy to practice in Eastern countries, but in Western countries, we have some problems.
They do in Sacramento from family to family, but it's very hard. They have to drive there, and all the family have to meet in one family's home to bring all the food for the...
Yes, there are some areas in this Hollywood also, some Burmese people, some, Siam people, Bangkok people. Actually, they came together and sitting in a line, they offer something to monks. In weekly, they practice it. They invite monks, and several monks come to that street and waiting near the road, they offer something to monks. Here also some people practice.
Is there a certain day and time?
Yes, on Saturday. Saturdays they practice it near Hollywood.
Hollywood?
Yes, near Hollywood.
Oh, you know exactly what's...
I can tell you the exact place, okay?
Right.
Our other monks, sometimes they participate for that ceremony.
Right. I want to do that because I didn't get a chance to do. In Oregon, it's cold and rain. Nobody do.
Yes, but that thing is weekly it happens. Okay. Then I tried to mention you that donations, offering something to others, actually that is the very primary level merit that we can do in our day-to-day life. That is very important. It means if we are generous, if we are ready to offer something to others, it means our mind is ready to go other qualities. At least if we can offer some water bottle, that's also enough at the very beginning. If we can offer a flower to others, then other people are so happy. Our elders, other, old people, when they offer something, they are so happy. When they offer happiness, we also receive the same thing. Especially Buddha said, Dadang mittani gantati. If you offer something to others, you can win the friends. You can win friends if you are generous. Offering something to others is one of the techniques that we can win friends. Then Buddha said, if we are generous, we are rich. Especially not only physically but mentally also we are rich. Some people always, although they have a lot of facilities and money, they always think they are not satisfied. They earn again and again. They want many things. They are not satisfied. They are not happy. But if we are generous, even though we have few facilities, we are satisfied. We are happy. It doesn't sound that we don't earn more. Actually, we sometimes we do more than one job. But we are satisfied with what we have just now. Then the most important thing that you have in your life is this day, this moment. But people mostly think the better days next day, tomorrow. But that next day never comes. We have only this present moment. We have only this day, today. Then if we have this point of view, our entire life is successful. Our entire life is happy. The next thing is, there are some people who disturb others, who neglect others, who don't respect others. When they be reborn, they will be reborn in low caste because of neglecting others, because of unrespecting others. Everybody should be respected by the people. There are some people who respect others, even child. They will be reborn in the higher caste, which are respected in the society. Then in caste, caste problem is not here, but in Asian countries, it is a big problem. In some countries, they always search the caste. I think sometimes in your country also has this some problem sometimes, but especially in Asian countries, they always consider others caste.
Where are you from?
Brazil.
Brazil.
You are so lucky. But it doesn't sound that Asian people don't practice good deeds. Actually, they do a lot of things. You have heard about Ambedkar in India. He was a very educated person, but he was born in a very, very, very low caste. I think you have heard about Ambedkar in India. Actually, later he became a very well-educated person. And when the Indian Constitution was built, he was one of the persons who made it. And finally, other people, other high caste people invited him to come to their higher caste. In public, they invited Dr. Ambedkar, please come to our caste. We are ready to offer the high caste. But he didn't like it. Living in the same caste, in the Hari caste, it means Hari, Harikule, Hari caste. Living in the low caste, actually with the millions of people, he became Buddhist.
He is still survive, Ambedkar?
No, now he is not living. I think he passed away.
He passed away already? How long ago?
Many years ago before.
1 year ago?
No, many years ago.
Oh.
Finally, with millions of people in his same caste, he became Buddhism. He became Buddhist. They became Buddhist. Okay. However, we were discussing about the low caste and high caste. On the other hand, wise and unwise. Some people are unwise, some people are wise. What is the reason that we are wise? If we always search the correct thing, if we are always ready to listen in other well-educated people, if we are ready to search the good things, what is in the world, if we meditate, if we cultivate our mind, these are the reasons why we become wise people. When we are ready to practice our mind little by little, it is the beneficial, it is the benefit that we achieve wisdom. Okay. Then, in this situation, Buddha explained these things to, young student Subha. His name is Subha. Okay, when we discuss this sutta, I have explained you before. One day Buddha said, we always think about something. What is that? Page number 3. I am the owner of actions, the inheritor, the origin, the relation and refuge of actions. Whatever actions that I perform, whether good or evil, I will be their inheritor. This must be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. In Buddha's word in Pali it says, Kammasakomhi kammadayado kammabandhu kammapatisarano yang kammang karisami kalyanan va papakan va tassadayado bhavisami iti abhinhan paccavikitabam. I am the owner of the actions and the inheritor, the origin, the relation and refuge of actions. Whatever actions I perform, whether good or evil, I will be their inheritor. This must be reflected upon again and again by one who has gone forth. If you have this understanding, every moment we try to go away from evil, from lust, from evil, from delusion. Every moment, if we are going on the path of suffering, it means we are with anger, desire and delusion. If we are on the path of happiness, it means we are away from anger, desire and delusion. It means we practice generosity, we practice loving kindness, we practice wisdom. You can choose the correct path. If you want to go happy life, then we have to practice this way. If we go on this path, it means we are suffering. As intelligent persons, as wise persons, always we should try to overcome the evil path. Okay, as much as you can, especially by practicing generosity, virtue and meditation. These are the 3 meritorious deeds against those negative evils: desire, anger and delusion. Okay, when we practice lust or craving and anger and delusion, it means we are collecting suffering. If we can practice 3 meritorious deeds day by day, it means we are on the path of liberation, we are path of happiness. Therefore, always try to practice generosity, try to practice virtue, discipline in your speech and behavior, and also especially, we have to practice meditation. Meditation is the highest way, highest path that we can create our positive energy, wholesome energy. It is the highest merit that we can accumulate in our life. Okay, especially we can start with loving kindness meditation. May all beings be well and happy. Then otherwise we can practice the sati nimitta, the object of mindfulness. Always if we can put our attention near the nose, then always we do everything with consciousness, with awareness, with mindfulness. It helps us to overcome negative emotions. If always we are mindful, it means we create good energy, spiritual energy. On the other hand, there is another thing that is very important in end of the page, number 3. Buddha says there are 4 kinds of karmas. These 4 are very important. You also know very well. You also should know very well these 4 things. There are some karmas that are black, which consequence, black result. If we do something completely wicked mind, then when we do that kind of actions, our mind is polluted, our mind is black. How is the result? The results also are black. Again, there are some karmas that are white or bright, which consequence, white. If we do something with completely pure mind, offering something to others, practicing virtue or meditation, then completely our mind is impure. Then the results, then fruitful results come to our life, completely bright, completely white. It means as the result of doing these kind of actions or karmas, we will reborn in heavenly realm or Brahma realm. They have no old age, they have no sicknesses, they have no earning money or something, they don't do jobs as according to their mental process. Spiritual energy, they receive everything what they want. As soon as they think that I want this thing, then that thing is appeared in front of them. In the heavenly realm and Brahma realm. As the result of practicing completely white karmas, pure karmas. There are other things. There are some karmas that are black and white, which consequence black and white. There are mixed karmas. There are some animals. You can see some people feed some animals like pets, as pets, a cat, dogs, some birds. Actually, they have a lot of facilities. As the practicing of generosity in their previous lives, they have facilities. But they were born in the animal realm. Their karmas are mixed, white and black. As human beings, we also like that. Our white karma is bigger than black karma, but we are also beings who are experiencing black and white karmic energy. As the result of practicing black and white karmas, we are experiencing black and white karmas. That is why we are going to sick, we fell down, we are going to old age, we will be sick. These are the sufferings come to us because of this mixed karma energy. These 3 things had been understood by other religious people when Buddha appeared in the world. But the 4th one, that is the very, very important thing. Even only a Buddha can explain. There are some karmas that are neither black nor white, which consequence, neither black or white. That is the interesting thing. Before Buddha appeared or not appeared in the world, nobody knew this thing. Whether we do good or bad, we are in the circle. We can't overcome this circle. The fourth step guides us to overcome this circle. How do we do it? With the understanding of impermanence, with the understanding of dependent origination, that is the heart of the Buddhism. What is the understanding of dependent origination? Understanding of impermanence. What happens to our life actually? We get experience through our senses, six senses. Actually, this experience arises and ceases at the moment. It doesn't come to present from the past. It doesn't go to future from the present. When you think something that you have experienced, actually you create it again as a new experience. When you think your mom, when you think your house, when you think your vehicle, then you again go to the same situation at this moment. For example, this is a very good example. When you go to the mirror, you can see your shadow. The mirror? When you go to the mirror, you can see your picture. Before you went to mirror, it was there? No, it is not there. After you go away, does it remain? No, it doesn't remain. As soon as you appear in front of the mirror, you can see your picture. It was not here before you went there. It doesn't remain after you go back. Our all experience also like that. We have only one experience at once through one sense at the moment. Although we have six senses, only one sense acts at once. Other five are dead. But these six senses are so fast. Therefore, we think these six senses are acting in the same time. For example, if there are six bulbs, bulbs? There are six bulbs. They flash very fast. One is flash, then next one is flash, again only one at once, only one bulb flashing. But they are very fast. But when we look at here, we may think that the six bulbs are lighting at the same time because of very fast. Our experience also like that. Because it is very fast, we think our all experience are together, but we have only one experience through one sense at once. Then this experience arises at the moment when conditions are together. When sound arrives here, when our ear is active and my attention is here, then all things are here, I can hear something. When conditions go away, the experience ceases. When I look at here, when the picture is here, my eyes are active, the lights are here, my attention is here, everything is together, then I have experience about this picture. But suddenly when I think other thing, it ceases. It doesn't come to future, but if after experience we think still it is happening, what says it? It says that we are ready to come back to the world. We are ready to come back to reborn. If you think your house that it is happening, it is there, then you are ready to go back to your house, even though you die here. Mentally you have bound. you have bondage. Because of your reach is very high, your merits are very high, you may live in the same house as a human being. If your merits are low, then you will be reborn in the same house, sometimes like a ghost or animal. That is the dangerous thing. However, if after experience we think that still it is happening, be sure that we are ready to come back to the world. After experience, if we have complete idea with wisdom, with the knowledge of dependent origination, with the knowledge of impermanence, it sounds that we are ready to not to come back to the world. At that moment, we have overcome the samsaric journey. If we think after experience, if there is something there, it means we are ready to come back to the world. It sounds, on the other hand, we will have old age, sickness, death. We can't avoid them. If we have this misconcept with delusion, even though we are rich in merits, even though we were born in human realms, after we are born, we can reject. I don't want sickness. I don't want old age. I want only birth. We can't avoid these things. If we are born, automatically we have these things as your dowry. When you get a girl, you will have a dowry. You know dowry? Property something when you marry somebody, some girl, you will have the dowry or some property with the girl, with young lady. I think you know it. Then like that, if you marry with birth, you will have some properties. What are they? Sickness, old age, death, together with unlike people, separating from good people. Those are the suffering we will have. We can't avoid them if we are born. That is why Buddha said, how we overcome birth. This is the way. By practicing the fourth kind of things, karmas, that neither good or neither white or black results. For that, we have to practice mindfulness. By practicing breathing meditation, any kind of meditation technique, especially fourfold mindfulness. Satara Satipatthana.
What are the fourfold mindfulness?
Yes, fourfold mindfulness means Kayanupassana, the contemplation of physical body. The contemplation of feelings, Vedanupassana. The contemplation of consciousness, Chittanupassana. The contemplation of mental formations, Dhammanupassana. Kayanupassana, Vedanupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana. As much as we practice this kind of fourfold mindfulness, it means we are on the path of liberation. We are on the path of getting rid of samsaric journey. Not only while we are doing meditation, every moment, if we can develop this concept, this wisdom, again and again, we are reaching the destination. Gradually we are reaching the final destination. Even though we are sleeping. Even though we are sleeping, if we have this concept, right understanding, we are on the path of liberation. Don't worry. We can live. We are able to live with this concept. It doesn't matter because we are on the path of liberation. Even though we have some merits with delusion, actually it is not good. because we are on this circle. Okay, for that, Buddha said, when we practice fourfold mindfulness, then 7 spiritual faculties gradually increase. Sati Sambojjhanga, the enlightenment factor of mindfulness. Dhammavijaya Sambojjhanga, the enlightenment factor of keen investigation. Virya Sambojjhanga, the enlightenment factor of energy. And Piti Sambojjhanga, the enlightenment factor of rapture. Passadhi Sambojjhanga, the enlightenment factor of tranquility. Samadhi Sambojjhanga, the enlightenment factor of concentration or tranquility. And Upekkha Sambojjhanga, the enlightenment factor of equanimity. You know, when we practice mindfulness, then we always have some kind of investigation, which is Dhamma, which is Kusala, which is wholesome things. We always search in the good deeds. We are always searching the reality in the world. That is said, Dhamma Vichaya. It is like wisdom. And also, when we practice investigation or Dhamma Vijaya, actually we have an energy to go forward. When we see the result, then our energy increases. When you have more salary, you have more energy to earn more money. He also like that. We have more happiness, we are ready to develop more energy, courage, strength to go forward. Virya Sambojjhanga, the enlightenment factor of energy. And rapture means then we are happy, the pleasure, our mental situation is growing up with happiness. Not only mental happiness, but physically we are relaxed. And also then gradually our mind is going to the particular wholesome objects with concentration. Then we are equal for everybody. We don't go to extremes, we are always in the middle, among good and bad, happiness and unhappiness. Then this is the path that Buddhism has explained. With the knowledge of karmic law, actually understanding of karmic law is the first level on the path of liberation, but it is not the end. With the knowledge of karmic energy, first we should avoid evils, then we should practice 3 meritorious deeds, Dana, Sila, Bhavana, generosity, virtue and meditation, and also for the liberation, for the final destination, we have to practice Trivida Siksha, 3 disciplines: virtue, tranquility, and wisdom. Virtue means discipline your speech and behavior. Tranquility means concentration, focusing on your mind for a long time with a particular object, such as breathing, loving kindness, like that. Then wisdom means with concentrated mind, we focus impermanence again and again. We see with intelligence arising and ceasing. Have any problem? You can ask.
Yeah, for me, that we have the debate with some students, and they feel like material luxury things that give them comfort, and they're satisfied and they think that is happiness already. You know. So, and they were thinking, why do they need
spiritual
the
path.
knowledge of wisdom, when they already have this.
Yes, actually we can see the society, there are some old people, actually there are some people who are in the old age, they are well educated. Sometimes they are rich. They have some children who are well educated. Although they have a lot of facilities and wealth and health, actually they are not satisfied. Mentally they are unsatisfied, even though they are rich and educated. That is why we want to find a final destination. Buddha said, in Buddha's period, when Buddha was living, there was a young person, his name was Rattapala. You have heard about Rattapala Sutta, the discourse of Rattapala. Rattapala became a monk at the very young age. After he became a monk, the king who ruled his place, the king asked, you are in the very young age, you are very healthy, you have a lot of facilities, you are very rich, you have a lot of relatives, why you became the monkhood in this very young age? At that moment he explained the 4 reasons why he attained monkhood and why he attained enlightenment. There are 4 reasons. Even though he was very healthy, wealthy, and although he had a lot of facilities, relatives, and other things, he became the monkhood at the very young age. The first reason is Upaniyati Loko Adduo. Day by day the world is going to decay, going to destroy. Day by day we are going to cemetery. We are going to search in stick. We are going to old age. That is one of the reasons why we should find a spiritual path. Even though now we are very young and healthy, one day at the old age we will be sick. Now we can control our mind and body, but when at the old age we can't control them. That is why we should develop our spiritual path. That is why we develop our mind. That is one of the reasons. The next one is Upaniyati Loko Adduo Attano Loko Anabissaro. It means we are no real safety in this world. Even though we have close relatives, one day they will be sick. They will die. They will be separated from us. We will be alone. We have no real safety in this world. We have no real security. We have no real insurance. When we go into old age, insurance can't give us the young age. When we are going to die, insurance can't give you the life. On the other hand, we also can control our body. That is why we should find a spiritual path. Attano Lokana Bissaro. That is the second reason. The third reason, Assako Loko Sabban Pahaya Gamaniyam. One day we have to overcome everything. We have to go away from everything. That our children, our properties, even our physical body, one day we have to remove. Everything is removed one day. That is why we should find a spiritual path. That is the third one. There is another thing, fourth one. What is the fourth thing? Uno loko atito tanha daso. Even though we receive entire world, we are unsatisfied.
How is that?
We are not satisfied.
Like those rich politicians, they're not satisfied.
Everybody is unsatisfied. Even though they are well educated, even though they have more energy, strength, actually they are not satisfied. Except who attain enlightenment. Other all beings are unsatisfied until they die. That is why we should find a spiritual path. You can read Pratapala Sutta in Google, try to. That is the real answer to give that person.
Does unsatisfied come from the mind?
It is a mental thing.
Not trained mind or what?
Actually, untrained mind.
Yeah?
Untrained mind gives always unsatisfactoriness.
You see that on everyday TV news, how the rich, powerful people, they want to become rulers.
Actually, we can become educated people, good politicians. We can reach any kind of steps in the society. It doesn't matter. Buddhism never discourages you to attain higher situations. We can earn more degrees, more money, more friends. We can earn. It doesn't matter. But thing is, day by day, our happiness should increase. That is the main purpose of our life. If our happiness doesn't increase daily, actually everything that we have useless. The main thing that we should have that should increase daily is our happiness. Happiness depends on how far we have trained our mind. Even though we are well educated, even though we have a lot of money or wealth, actually it doesn't bring us the real happiness. That is why we should find a spiritual path. On the other hand, Buddha said, there are 3 reasons why we find a spiritual path. One of them is sickness. We can't overcome sickness. That is the one of the reasons why we should find a spiritual teacher and a spiritual teacher's guidance. What is that? Sickness. The second one is the old age. Because of old age, we should have to find a spiritual path and his teaching. What is the next thing? Rebirth. Death is not the big problem. The biggest problem is the rebirth. If our death is the final destination, all problems are solved automatically. But death is not the real problem. Buddhism is so wise, more wise. Buddhism says more dangerous problem is the rebirth, not death. Sickness, old age and rebirth. These are the reasons why we should find a spiritual teacher and his teachings. This is the short answer for your question. Actually, some people, when they are healthy, when they are in young age, some people don't believe it. We can't help them, but we can develop the understanding, explaining something, Actually, when they have like that point of view, we can bring them to the hospital sometimes. We can bring them sometimes to the cemetery or somewhere. Actually, in this Western society, we can see the real suffering. When we are going to cemetery, the people who dead, they are more beautiful than they are living. When they are going to the hospital, they have more facilities than they have at home. We can see the suffering, but actually if we see the real world, especially when we go to the, the old age people's nursery, actually we can see the reality of the world.
It's hard for them to do because they have to follow the rule or regulation. The hospital has so many rules to follow.
Yes, I know.
And funeral home has so many rules.
Yes, we know. In this situation, in this Western world, always they they hide the reality.
Yeah.
They hide the reality in the world, in the life.
I believe so because when I was in India, I seen everything. I feel like this is so real that I don't see every day in America, and it's like a big shock picture at the beginning, but I get used to it afterward. It's really shocking.
Yes, in Sri Lanka also, there are some monasteries, in the jungles, and they keep some dead bodies with covering in the glasses, into the glasses. They keep some dead bodies, natural body, without doing operation or something. As a natural body, they put in a table. Nobody can enter, no ants come inside, everything is sealed. And reflecting on that body, they are meditating. And sometimes they meditate 4 months, 7 months, 1 year around that body, seeing the reality. Actually, I also last month I went the same place, and in a very small island around the world. And there also I saw the same thing. And the same day that person died, they brought that dead body there and they put it here. And actually they told me that they can reflect the reality as a real experience. It helps us to decrease our lust craving to the body. Actually, if we can see this reality, we can understand the world, we can understand our life, and also our energy gradually increases, that we should practice this path. That is very important. Okay, today we discuss the Chulla Kamma Vibhanga Sutta, the discourse of Chulla Kamma, which comes in Majjhima Nikaya. Now we are going to the end of the sermon. Thank you for your coming. Okay, after you go home, you can read this article and you can improve your knowledge. Okay, now this moment we discuss Buddha's message, Buddha's teachings, and first of all we observe 5 precepts and we pay down homage to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. We meditated. By the practicing of these kind of meritorious deeds, we accumulated a lot of merits. By the power of all these merits, may our departed relatives also achieve good life and good health, and they also attain final bliss of liberation. With that intention, let's transfer these merits to our departed relatives too. Idam me ñātīnam hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnam hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnam hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. By the power of all these merits that we accumulated at the moment, may guardian deities and angels also receive these merits, and receiving these merits, they also enhance their power, and may they protect you, may they keep their eye on you too. With that intention, let's transfer these merits, guardian deities and angels too. Ākāsaṭṭhā ca bhummaṭṭhā devā nāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciraṃ rakkhantu sāsanam. Ākāsaṭṭhā ca bhummaṭṭhā devā nāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciraṃ rakkhantu desanam. Ākāsaṭṭhā ca bhummaṭṭhā devā nāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciraṃ rakkhantu tvaṃ sadā. By the power of all these merits that we accumulated at the moment, may your all wishes meet with success. May no harm come to you, may no problems come to you, may no difficulties come to you. May you be well, happy and peaceful. Finally, may all of us attain final bliss of liberation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. dukkhaṃ pantāca niddukkhaṃ bhayaṃ pantāca nibbayaṃ sokaṃ pantāca nissokaṃ antu sambe pipānino dukin telena sat dukin midetvā biyen telena sat biය නැති වෙත්වා සොවින්තේ වෙනසත් සොම්නස් වෙත්වා නිතින් මේ හැම සත් සුවපත් වෙත්වා. May the people bless you.